start debating extend our uniqueness, and this grants us the U.S.-Russia arms race type A impact here. It's additional 3 internal link, turn to global warming, and extend our own, let's see. Extend our December evidence, defense and the uniqueness on this question. The inspections do absolutely nothing new. In addition to that, it's better uniqueness card because it provides. What's that?
Nye and Pfeffer gives us better internal links to start. We solve the internal.
Nye and Pfeffer gives us better internal links to start. We solve
Russia war.
Right. We solve Russian war better. Via our Pfeffer evidence says specifically that the only way that this type of impact can be solved for is vis-a-vis types of growth, i.e. the ones that you incorrectly indict as of the case. Look, let's go to case now. Extend the Nango-Dopal evidence. You misconstrue our link. You can't solve for warming. The cultural shift is through migration. Our Nango-Dopal evidence is excellent on the question of warming. It says specifically when we increase family unification, there are greater incentives, especially in the United States, for those families to care for their environment. Specifically, it cites instances in which large communities en masse have taken greener measures and have in fact reduced things like greenhouse emissions, means that we're more capable of solving for warming vis-a-vis the affirmative. They have no answer to this, goes conceded as the last speech. Additionally, we solve the internal link to bioterror in 3 ways. That's our Pfeffer evidence, that's our
Just
Nye
explain
evidence.
how Pfeffer.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Our Pfeffer evidence solves for bioterror when solves for bioterror and saying, what's that?
Warming.
I already got that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You need to read this.
I will. I need you to give me the Pfeffer evidence.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah. Our Pfeffer evidence is excellent on the question of bioterrorism being the root of types being rooted only in types of economic interdependence and strife that occur in the status quo. He says that these types of things will only create larger incentives for terrorists to take on the United States in a form of weakness. Additionally, you concede our warming turn. That's, again, our Nango-Dopal evidence. Also, it's reason to prefer.
Bioterror. Make that argument.
Huh?
Oh,
yeah, that outweighs bioterror. That's even your own analysis. You say warming outweighs all, and it's searching for conflict. Same applies to our impact scenario. Additionally, here's your Zane card from warming. You can extend it here. It says specifically long-term fluctuations of war frequency and population change followed by cycles of temperature change. You claim that warming causes positive feedbacks that keep the Earth in change agricultural cycles, making global famine inevitable. It's the only reason conflicts would occur, which means we also garner the internal link. Additionally, climate change outweighs its high probability and high magnitude, and the magnitude justifies action. And the impact is their guardian weekly, and evidence says it's 100 months to extinction. The card specifically cites that warming will accelerate beyond control. There will be a loss and reduction of ability to reflect forms of heat due to CO2 emissions. Additionally,
it's a linear impact that increases chances of
terrorism. It's a linear impact which only increases chances of terrorism. That's your own evidence, which is cited in the 2NR. And I'm not really sure why you're going for this. I'm not really sure where you're going for the aging and growth and the squirrel evidence. This is necessarily our inheritance. You can go ahead and group the rest of the debate from the top down. First of all, our AFS impacts are based only off of growth, not recession. Just hammer harder than 1AR. Sorry you missed the boat. Additionally, you say recession will fix the economy. That's the status quo, and no, it's not solving it. Additionally, you say conflict in the U.S. is not likely to retaliate during low growth. That's not true. You don't assume things like pre-involved conflict, which we are currently in. We read an impact of this in the 1AC, that's Afghanistan, and the conflict there is particularly on the rise. It says that issues with United States weakness means that they are taking advantage of our military forces. Look, their cards about no growth don't apply. They don't assume the internal link. They don't assume the internal link, which our affirmative is premise on. Additionally, the only cards that they extend in the 2NR are only uniqueness for us. You say double dip. Your impacts are only based off of forms of growth, and our impacts are only based off of forms of growth and not recession. Is it the text? No. Okay, so. You say to the decrease of consumption, you see decrease of consumption and risk of extinction is necessarily the only way to solve this, i.e., growth doesn't occur. Again, that's our negative Paul evidence. It says specifically that types of consumption and waste output are necessarily deviated and divided when there are just family reunification. It says that the value that they place in their communities and and the prioritization that they place on the environment has already had massive effects on warming and. Additionally, they say that the recession is good for the economy, but that's why we solved. And
That's important.
yeah. Want anything?
No.
Cigarettes?